What's going on, Ram fans? A few hours away from this big showdown in Santa Clara, the Rams and the 49ers. Man, there's a lot at stake here. Give you some final information on this game, some injury reports, weather, all that good stuff. Man, there's a lot at stake here. Is it going to be fun? I don't know if it's going to be fun. It's probably going to be pretty stressful, but let's get into it. What do we got here? The Rams versus the 49ers. I've seen this point spread anywhere from 2 to 3 points in the 49ers' favor, which still kind of surprises me. If anything, it's trending in the 49ers' favor. I thought 1.5, one, even a pick 'em would be more appropriate. But remember, the Rams don't necessarily do really well up there in Santa Clara, do they? Take a look at these NFC West standings. Pretty tight, huh? Seahawks 8-5, 3-2 in the division. And then you got the Rams at 7-6, Cardinals and 49ers at 6-7. What are the Seahawks doing this Sunday? They're hosting the Packers. The Cardinals will be hosting the Patriots after this Rams 49ers clash. And I guess what we need to hope here, a reasonable hope, is that the Packers take care of the Seahawks. I don't really think the Patriots are going to be able to beat the Cardinals, but anything's possible, I suppose. Cardinals have not been playing well, kind of on a downward spiral. So maybe the Patriots will take care of them. I think the biggest concern is we need the Seahawks, to take a loss here in these next 2 weeks. And then, hey, we need to take care of the 49ers. But even if the Rams were to lose this game, I think a lot of the pundits are wrong. It would not be the end of the road for the Rams. They would be potentially still one game out of first place with a game left with the Seahawks, right? And the 49ers, that would be the bigger problem. It would give the 49ers, it would not eliminate the 49ers. We have a chance to do that to kind of more or less end their season. And that's probably the biggest thing that could happen this week, this Thursday night. Rams improved to 8-6, but even more important, or as equally important, kind of end of the road for the 49ers. And hey, we're Rams fans, so what's bad for the 49ers is good for the Rams, right? And then we have the 49ers injury report. Man, they are in, they have had to deal with a lot of this year, and including the injured reserve list, 2 running backs, and I left one off there. This isn't their entire IR list. Elijah Mitchell, another running back, is on there. So they actually have 3 running backs. At the beginning of the season, their top 3 running backs on IR. And then over there on a questionable, Isaac Grendo is also, well, he's questionable. So it's going to be either Grendo or Patrick Taylor. And then, of course, Brandon Ayuk, Javon Hargrave, Darrell Luter on IR. Ruled out Trent Williams, the perennial All-Pro left tackle, and a very good safety, Malik Mustafa. And then also questionable, pretty big deal, defensive end Nick Bosa and defensive tackle Khalil Davis. And Dre Greenlaw will, in fact, play tonight. Be interesting to see how much he plays, especially if it's wet out there. We'll get to the weather here in a second. So Dre Greenlaw playing alongside Fred Warner for the first time this year, potentially. I would be surprised if he's out there for every snap or even a lot of snaps, but he will definitely play. So banged up 49er team, and we can sympathize with that to some degree, can't we? Let's go to the Rams injury report. Kobe Durant, unfortunately, is out, which means we will definitely see, well, I shouldn't say definitely, I would expect us to see, we would see quite a bit of Emmanuel Forbes, the new signee that was recently cut, right? So Forbes joins the Rams, and this will be his first action in all likelihood. The Commanders cut him a couple weeks ago, remember. I also included a couple of key players on the Rams IR list, John Johnson and Troy Reader, and there are others. And no, Tyler Higbee will not be making his debut, similar to Dre Greenlaw, been out all year, both of them hurt during the playoffs. Greenlaw in the Super Bowl, Higbee in that playoff game against Detroit. So they are definitely easing Higbee back, even though one of the questionable players for the Rams, tight end Davis Allen, I thought they might pull up a tight end from the practice squad. I have not seen any indication that they have. So we have Davis Allen questionable, which means potentially two tight ends, right? Hunter Long and Colby Parkinson. So where we go from here at the tight end position, I don't know. Two tight ends. I guess they're hoping Davis Allen plays. Now, Demarcus Robinson, Bo Limmer, Alaric Jackson, and Jordan Whittington all questionable as well. Now, Demarcus, he leads the team in receiving touchdowns. McVay seemed to indicate he's going to be good to go. But Limmer and Jackson being out, I'm actually more concerned about Alaric Jackson because our backups there, I suspect it would be Joseph Noteboom has really been up and down his entire career. And Warren McClendon on the left side, I don't feel good about that. Bo Limmer, he's been playing so good. Be nice if both of these guys can go, and I suspect they will. But if Limmer can't go, I don't feel horrible about Jonah Jackson getting the start there, right? But man, our offensive line finally, as a unit, playing really well. I got all the guys back, and then we got these two guys questionable. So let's just hope they can play. This game is too important. If they can walk, I hope they can play. So what else we got here? We have a weather report, and I had early on I had reported that I don't think it's going to be a big deal. The storm, the rain should have passed by 2 o'clock or so, with some showers potentially in the evening, and it seems to happen a lot with the California weather. It usually arrives a little bit later than they originally predict. That's how it seems to me, anyways. And so we have the weather tracking there. Certainly a good chance of rain. I don't think it's going to be a lot of rain, though. We got rain, light rain, showers, cloudy by 9 o'clock. And then I also have plugged in at the bottom there the um, the 6 o'clock weather, a closer look at the 6 o'clock weather, and you notice the rain amount 0.01 inches. So what does it tell me? It's going to be a little wet, and there could be times where we get a shower or two, and maybe the condition of the field is a little deteriorated by the end of the game. But I'm hoping it's not a factor. But we have to consider the possibility maybe there will be a loose ball or two more than you would normally get. Maybe there's going to be some cornerbacks slipping and sliding. And, hey, the opposition passing attack has been doing plenty of damage against us. So I don't know if it's going to be enough for us to notice if our secondary is having trouble covering guys. Maybe it'll help Puka and Cooper Kupp get free here a little bit more. But bottom line in this game, what I'm thinking is the Rams are in pretty good shape, I think. It's always tough to go up there and play to beat the 49ers, and it's not going to be easy. But I just really like the way our offense is playing. And, I've read a couple of reviews, experts, pundits talking about the Rams offense right now. And when you have Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and Kyron Williams all healthy and playing well, assuming we have decent protection, really difficult offense to stop. The problem is, I think Brock Purdy and George Kittle and some of these guys on the 49ers offense are going to give us some issues as well. So I think that if either of these teams gets to 30, they're probably going to win this game. I think both teams will score in the 20s. And one thing to keep an eye on, we had a quiet day from our edge rushers against the Bills, and that was to be expected. A really good offensive line and a quarterback that may be as good as there is at evading pressure, extending plays, running with the ball. Brock Purdy's pretty good at that as well, but I don't think the 49ers offensive line is anything near the quality of what we've seen with teams like the Eagles and the Bills. And with Trent Williams out, could be a pretty good day for guys like Jared Verse, Braden Fisk. They're almost invisible last week. And again, not a surprise. It would be a surprise to me if they don't make an impact in this game, maybe cause a turnover, create some havoc back there for Brock Purdy, and disciplined pass rush. He's going to get his yards running. Brock Purdy, if anything, he runs probably earlier than he should in a lot of cases, but it works for them. So let's see what happens on that regard. That would be something to watch. Can the Rams corral Brock Purdy? And if they can, Rams will have a really good chance of winning this game. So that's it out here. Go Rams. Let's get to 8-6. Put some pressure on those Seattle Seahawks by the time they play on Sunday out here. Thanks a lot.